Sit down now.
Ko Kanwaljit Singh Bakshi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to speak during the third reading of Sullivan Birth Certificate Bill. During the second reading, Mr. Speaker, I acknowledge Robin Sullivan for her proactiveness towards the bill. I would like to repeat what I said at that time. This bill shows the respect that Robin Sullivan has got for her parents. To set the context, Mr. Speaker, the purpose of the bill is to require the Registrar General of Birth, Death and Marriages to record the details of Robin Sullivan's deceased mother on her post-adoptive birth registry entry. Mr. Speaker, before I go any further, I would like to acknowledge Louisa Wall for sponsoring this bill. This is a second bill which Government Administration Select Committee has gone through, which has been under the name of Louisa Wall. And you have championed something which no one has done before. So I congratulate for your work and acknowledge all the hard work you did during this process of this bill. I would also like to echo what my colleague Chris Okunwal just mentioned, to acknowledge the officials who supported us during this process, because there were many technical things which we were not aware of, and we initially thought it might take few days to sort out this bill. But because of few technical things which were pointed out by the officials, it took us a long time, and at last, I think we have done justice to this bill, and Robin will be pleased with the result. I acknowledge you once again for all the effort. It may be well be people consider that something of a technical detail, and indeed, when we saw the bill before us in the Government Administration Committee, we thought that it did have a very technical aspect to it. The reality, though, that is also had a very, very personal aspect. This is one of those occasions when the only situation available to the applicant was through Parliament. The bill, Mr. Speaker, may appear simplistically, however, I can tell you that as a member of the Select Committee that discussed and debated this bill, once we started the progress through the legislation, there were a number of tricky technical issues which we had to think about. Mr. Speaker, sometime back, the House passed the Marriage Definition of Marriage Amendment Act. It is the legislation of marriage definition of. It is the amendment for the marriage definition that was now led to Sullivan Birth Certificate Bill being presented before this House. Mr. Speaker, before I move further to the further details of this legislation, I would like to take this opportunity to clarify a very important point. Sir, at the time that this House was discussing the Marriage Amendment Act, and there was perception being created that I am opposed to the LGBT community. Sir, may I share with all of you today that I have no objection, or I am not at all against anyone who is from the LGBT community. I consider all of us being equal part of New Zealand's society. My religion teaches us, and I will quote, Manas ki jaat sabe eko pehchan bho, which means every human being is equal. I was, however, against the changing of definition of marriage. Marriage for me was between men and women. However, New Zealand has passed the law that allows LGBT to marry. Sir, I am a law-abiding citizen with no personal or hidden agenda against the LGBT community. Therefore, I respect and will continue to respect the law that provides LGBT to marry the person of their choice. That was a big burden on my chest, and I felt it was important for me to share it with my parliamentary colleagues and with the New Zealanders. Coming back to the Sullivan Birth Certificate Bill, had there been a legislation at the time when Diane Sullivan and Doreen Shields wanted to marry each other, this would have also allowed them to adopt Rowan and record their respective names on Rowan's parents, as Rowan's parents. Once again, this is to me is an excellent example of how one should bring up their children. It was because Rowan was taught the basic of respect that Rowan decided that she would go all the way to ensure that the name of both the parents are recorded in her birth certificate. To me, Mr. Speaker, this is investment of time and effort from Rowan speaks volume for her family culture. The legislation, Mr. Speaker, is once again a reminder that government has capacity to impact lives of individuals positively, and that too at a very personal level. At the start of my speech, Mr. Speaker, I mentioned that the legislation appears to be a very simplistic one, probably a minor bureaucratic issue. And in some ways, that's exactly what it is, minor bureaucratic issue. However, the positive emotional impact that this will have on Rowan and others in similar situation may not be defined in words. Mr. Speaker, I am sure all of us will agree that every child should have opportunity to honor their birth parents. There is no doubt that one of other thing that is particular bill brings up is the fact that Rowan's mother conceived through artificial immunization. 30 years ago, this was done anonymously. Today, this is not done anonymously, but by and large, I think that is a very good thing. Openness and transparency are something that is so important to ensure we have ethos going forward. With these words, I wholeheartedly support this bill and wish Rowan good luck for her future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I call Jan Logie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's with pleasure I